So, new turn. New round.
I go first, don't I?
Chris goes first, because in this case, we are drawn on the number of models left. So we said 3, and I went first. So priority switches to Chris.
So, I think I'm going to activate the Paladin because I want to try and take you out here, and I can get in 2 shots at close range. So, first of all, we're going to roll my...
VATS test? Yep.
VATS test.
We'll show you how VATS works eventually when we roll a...
We can just fake it, but
we could, yeah. It's all live.
Someone's going to get it. Someone will get it. Yeah. Oh, look, I've rolled a VATS. He is rolling to hit, so
he's not going to move. He's just going to stand still and plug me twice with the shotgun
and blast away.
Cool. So again, looking for a 6 or less.
Oh,
that's a miss.
That's not
unfortunately.
Good. That is not good. I can't do anything.
Nope.
I mean, I have got luck points.
We'll explain luck when it comes up, but luck won't help a total miss.
Oh, that is not good either.
So 10 goes to 9 at -1, and even with a luck, you couldn't get it down to 6.
7.
So the way luck works is it would be a 50-50 flip, and if you successfully flip, you would get -2 to your dice roll. So that would then make it a hit. But in this case, the Paladin is obviously feeling so smug about the situation that he's completely blown it. And
over to you.
My turn. So I'm going to activate my Super Mutant Brute now, whilst he's still just about alive. So he is on fire. Yeah. So he immediately takes an extra point of damage. So he's now on 5 wounds. And then he gets to see if the fire goes out. So what I would do is I would flip a luck token. It's a 50-50 flip. And on a successful flip, the fire would go out. If I fail it goes away.
Use a dice. This one or flip a token?
I was not going to say I was using a dice because it's off camera. It was a ruse.
Exactly. So what we're saying is you have luck tokens, but you can also roll the
I mean
armor dice.
It's basically it's a 50-50 flip. We will with the luck tokens in the game. You will be able to flip them as if you were flipping a coin. Yeah. One side will be lucky.
Well,
one
you
side
can
will
use
be
a
unlucky.
coin if you really want.
Could use a coin if you really wanted to. I don't have any change in my pockets. We are musing on luck dice because rolling dice is always fun. Yeah. The other way you can do it is use the armor dice. A 1 or a 4. And a 2 or a 3 are even odds, if that makes sense. So if I roll a 1 or a 4, the fire goes out.
Since our luck tokens aren't.
I haven't finished gluing them together. I've been very busy. I work hard in this office. So I'm looking for a 1 or a 4 for the fire to go out. So this is I've rolled a 3, so I'm unlucky. The fire continues to burn, so next turn I will continue to take damage.
It's going to be barbecued meat.
I think there's going to be nothing left of him, mate. He's well on his way. But anyway.
So what's he doing?
So he's going to take his VATS test. Finally, so I have finally rolled a VATS point. So what this means is, as we've sort of said, every model can make 2 actions a turn. With VATS, I can now make a bonus quick action, and if I'd rolled the double Nuka-Cola symbol, I would get to make 2 quick actions. Every single model in the game can make the prepare quick action, which lets them essentially, as I said, hunker down, prepare, react to the enemy. However, heroic models also get access to 3 extra types of quick action, which are a quick move, a quick attack, or a quick check. So,
like a skill check.
Like a skill check, and they basically work exactly the same way as normal. However, because they're a quick, you're not spending a full action to do it, there is a penalty, which would be a -2 to a skill check, or in the case of movement, it would be your movement range drops by 1. So in this case, the Super Mutant Brute could move yellow. If he wanted to use a quick action to move, that would drop to orange. So he wants to charge whilst he still can. So he's going to use his quick action to move orange. Gets him nice and close. And then he's going to use his charge, which is green. And actually, he probably could have charged you from there, but never mind. So he goes charging in. So he has now used his quick action to quick move, his first action to charge, and now he's going to attack you with his board with his final action for the turn.
And they're pretty... so by charging, you get an extra dice, don't you?
Yes. So one of the things that happens with a charge is whenever you charge, you get a bonus dice to represent the kind of the momentum of the charge. It could either be a green dice if you want to take green for accuracy, or it can be a black dice if you want to take extra damage. Super Mutants and T60s and other creatures are also quite good because they're of a strength 6 or higher, which means they get bonus dice in close combat anyway to represent the physical mass of them hitting you.
Which dice do they get?
So they will always get a black dice irrespective. Right. So let's go through it. So I'm going to make a skill check, and I'm using a huge club because I'm very unsubtle.
Yeah.
It gets 2 purple and 1 black.
Yeah.
That's the base weapon. I get to add an extra black dice because of my strength, and now I can add either a green or a black. I need an 8 or less to hit you, and I feel pretty confident.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to take black instead. I always like to add black. I don't believe in accuracy.
I think I might need my luck points.
Well, let's find out. So I'm looking for an 8 or less with this, because my melee ability is on my strength, and my strength is 8. So 8 or less. That's a 9, which is a miss. Fantastic. So my Super Mutant Master has missed. After all that confidence, he's blown it. However, He is heroic.
Oh yes,
so he can
luck
use his
points.
luck. So again, I will spend one of my luck. In this case, the Super Mutant Master Brute has 3 luck. So I've spent one of that, and luck is a finite resource. You get as many luck tokens as on your luck value. Once they're spent for the game.
Let's flip this instead. We'll get the flipping.
Okay, fine.
Feeling in.
Sure.
Flip damage token
Yep.
instead.
So he's got 2 luck left, and he's spent 1 for this flip. If I can flip a POW, the red side will say he's been lucky. If I flip a yellow, he's been unlucky.
Yeah.
And if I'm unlucky, I don't get to modify my roll I miss. If I'm lucky, I take 2 away, and it becomes a 7, which is a hit. So looking for the red. And he's unlucky. So after all that, he's blown
if
it.
you had have been like, I could have then used my luck.
You could have
to try and
counter-flipped.
actually
Yep.
counter.
So that would have been an amazing
Wow.
4 damage and the rest. But unfortunately, it did nothing. So this guy's not going to be boss for much longer, I think. So that's the end of his action. He spent his 2 actions in his quick action and achieved very little.
This is interesting because the guy that the knights were shooting, I've used him. The guy that the knights were shooting is now in combat.
Correct.
So if I wanted to shoot him,
Yep.
I can.
You can.
But there's a risk, isn't
Yes.
there? So how does that work?
The way it would work is you gain a bonus to your ranged attack because you're no longer shooting a single target. You're shooting a kind of a... I envision this cloud of smoke with like arms and fists flying out the side. It's a larger mass. So it's easier to hit that mass. So you get +2 to your skill check.
Right.
Unfortunately, there is a 50-50 chance of hitting you instead of me.
Yeah.
So and then
there's a
depending on the number of models, that chance will change. But in this case,
Yeah.
yeah, so you're, in fact, it's not 50-50, I'm lying. You are more likely to hit me,
Yeah.
but there is a risk that you will hit your boss in the back of the head instead.
Knowing that hitting the boss even marginally will lead to being chucked out of the settlement
Oh dear.
into the fears of the
It
wasteland.
turns out shooting the boss is a really bad idea.
Yeah,
bear
the
that in
Night
mind.
Patrol are not particularly keen on taking that risk because they know what happened to Dave. And,
We don't talk about Dave.
yeah, no, Dave's story is not very good. So, and the Deathclaw is still chewing on his bones. So I think they're gonna move and try and get into a better.
So which knight? Because remember, you've got 2 knights.
Yes,
Which one's
of course,
activating?
yes. I'm going to activate the one on the right.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to activate.
So he's moved yellow.
He's going to move yellow.
So he's going to go take cover behind the fuel pump. Never stand behind the fuel pump. That's a terrible idea.
Well, let's just. I do want to pre-measure.
Okay.
Hey, someone's come to see us. So he wants to be within short range of this guy.
I think he would be just out.
So he can move up into cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So he's going to, rather than move behind the pump, he's going to move up here.
Okay. Now he's not touching that, so he will suffer the effects of the
So
cover.
In that case, can you do that?
Sure.
No, I think he's out of range then. Oh no, it's just in range.
Okay, so he's moved forward with his first action.
He's going to be out of cover.
Second action.
Second
make
action
a
to
shot.
shoot.
Okay.
So we are white dice.
Black, green, purple, I want to say, for
yeah.
these, right? It's
Purple.
not that I've been playtesting
Sorry.
Fallout for months on end
Black,
and know the...
purple and I need a black.
Oh, sorry,
dice.
black.
You've got all the black dice from
I
rolling.
like rolling black dice.
Yeah, there we go. So I'm a black.
Black,
white.
yellow, purple, sorry.
And a miss.
Those crosses, they break your heart every time. So unfortunately that is a miss.
Yeah. Okay, it's over to you.
So it's my turn again.
Yeah.
I will activate this Super Mutant here. So he's ready and used.
Ooh, shooting.
Yeah. Long range shot. And because, again, he's base-to-base cover with the scenery, so he ignores it for line of sight. So he's got a clean line of sight down at that guy. So black-green for an assault rifle. Looking for a 4 or less. 5 is... That would be a miss, but again, the accuracy dice has played its part. 5 minus 1 is 4. That's a hit. No bonuses off the black dice. So a straight 2 physical damage.
2 physical damage. My knights have got 2...
They've got 2 base armor. However, because they're knights, they're wearing combat armor. They actually gain a bonus armor chip, which makes you armor 2 plus 1. However, it goes away after this shot. So it's like an ablative armor.
So let's see what the armor takes.
Oh, so you roll a 1, and then you automatically absorb the second because of your bonus. So you absorb 2, but that does chip the armor away. So he did successfully hit. However, the armor protected you.
Yeah.
I now get to make a second shot because I didn't move. Same again, 4 or less, and that's
miss.
that cold, harsh mistress that is the cross.
Yeah.
So that's his turn over.
Okay, so I guess it's the other night patrol.
It's the only model that's not activated.
Have to Again, let's pre-measure.
No, he's going to be just out of short range.
Yeah, it's going to be out.
And remember, you're always adding the width of the base because you can move front to back in this game. So you do have a little bit of extra range, but not enough here.
So I'm going to come out there just so I'm actually out.
Yep, clean line of sight.
Which means he's at long range.
Sure.
So it means he's rolling a yellow and
Yellow
a
and
purple. Instead. He just doesn't get the black dice.
So looking for a 5 or less. It's a 4, which is a hit. And you've also got an armor piercing.
Yeah.
Super mutants don't have any armor versus energy anyway, so it would go straight through either way.
So
I just take 2 wounds. And that guy is the one who wasn't wounded. You shot this guy. So normally I track wounds next to the model so I know who's been hurt, but for this we're trying to keep it clean as stable as possible. So this guy's got 2 wounds, this guy's got 3 wounds. So that's his 2 activations. He moved and he shot. So it's my turn with my final guy. I'm going to charge him into close combat. So he either wants to be the boss or wants to protect the boss, one of the two.
Right.
So he's charged green, so he's well in. So we know he's more than happy even moving around the cover.
Okay.
And the reason I've done this is because I will now get an extra advantage for having more than one model. Yeah. So I'm running in with my baton. Baton gets me 2 green. I get a bonus green dice because I outnumber. So these two are basically teaming up on the T60 Knight. So I get an extra green dice. And I get the black dice. No, black dice for having strength 6 or above.
Yes.
Not just super mutants get it.
Right, okay.
So I get the black dice for that. And finally, I can choose green or black. I've already got 3 green dice. I'm feeling, famous last words, feeling confident about my accuracy. So I get an extra black dice. So one of the things about T60s is they're really hard to punch through their armor. So I want as many black dice as I can get.
Yeah.
One of the things that's worth bearing in mind as well is every single effect dice does have a little bit of the other effects. So green is mainly accuracy, but it does have a little bit of extra damage and a little bit of armor piercing. So it's never as clear cut as only saying, oh, black is damage. That's its major effect. So I'm looking for a 7 or less. That's a 10, which is a miss, but I get -1, -2, -3.
I could flip a luck.
You can. So I've hit successfully. However, Chris is heroic, so he's lucky. He could spend one of his luck tokens if he successfully flips a red.
We'll say that radiation is unlucky.
Yep. So red is. So of course he's managed to get lucky. That adds +2 to the dice roll. So in this case, my 7 goes back up to a 9, and I've missed, which is unfortunate. So that's the end of that.
My luck.
You have spent one of your luck, and as again, once that luck's gone, you're out of luck for the rest of the game. So the paladin has 4 luck. He spent 1. He has 3 luck left.
Okay.
Okay, that's the end of the turn. So we clear the table of used tokens again.